I'm Cassie and you're watching TIGR Reviews on the Indie Game Report. Today we're taking a look at a game that is all about dreaming, called Project Dreamscape from Undine Studios. In Project Dreamscape, players are competing to find out who has the strongest mind and can control a new fancy schmancy machine that turns dreams into reality. To find out who has the strongest mind, players are going to play dream cards in front of them, trying to create chains of dreams to earn themselves points at the end of the game. The longer the chain, the more points that it's going to be worth, and the player with the most points at the end of the game is the winner. Let's go find out if we're good at making dreams reality in Project Dreamscape.
Project Dreamscape is a set collecting game in which players draft cards to attempt to lay matching dream types next to each other, creating chains. The longer the chain, the more points it earns, and the player with the most points at the end of the game is a winner. There is only one deck of cards, but the cards are double-sided, so depending on which side is facing up determines what kind of card it is. The draw deck is known as the sleep deck, and if a card from the sleep deck is face down, it is used as currency. These face-down currency cards are also known as Z cards. If a card is face up, it is used as a dream card, the cards players need to create chains and earn points. Dream cards have two different dream options, as well as two action types players must choose from to perform when they play the dream card. On a player's turn, she first decides if she wants to take a card from the sleep deck to be used as currency. This is optional because any cards left in the player's currency stack, known as the deep sleep stack, count for negative points at the end of the game. Next, the player must purchase at least one of the 5 dream cards in this public market area known as the Dreamscape. The cost of each card depends on how close it is to the sleep deck. The closest card costs the most at 5 Z cards, then 4, and so on. When a player has chosen the dream cards she wants to purchase, she turns the appropriate amount of Z cards sideways to indicate they are spent. She does not discard them because, again, they will be negative points at the end of the game. Once she purchases her cards, she places them in her personal stash known as her REM stack. She can place it in either direction she wants in her REM stack so she can attempt to maximize her points by making chains. She then must choose one of the 2 actions on the dream card to perform. After she performs the actions of her choice, from all the cards she purchased, she slides the cards down in the Dreamscape, flips the next card face up into the 5 spot, returns any sideways cards back upright that she has in her REM or from her Z stack, which is known as the Deep Sleep stack, and then she passes her turn. The next player takes his turn in the same fashion. If, at the end of a player's turn, he cannot place all 5 cards in the Dreamscape, the game ends. Players then spread out their cards in their REM stack and see how they did with their placements. Each card of the same type next to each other counts towards the chain, and both sides of the card count as well. The more cards in the chain, the more points it is worth. After points are calculated from chains, players subtract the amount of cards in their deep sleep stack from their score at 1 point per card. Whichever player has the most points after that wins Project Dreamscape.
There's so many reasons why I enjoy playing Project Dreamscape. The first one is the artwork. I was very much attracted to the art. It's whimsical and bizarre and very colorful with all the pastel colors, and it's dreamy looking, so it really pulled me in right away. I also love set collecting games, so knowing this game was a set collector really made me excited just to know I was going to be able to check it out. But reading through the rules, it was just so easy to learn, it was easy to teach and play, and it made the game very accessible. It also came with an expansion in the game already called Controlled Study. If you want to make the game a little more difficult or just add some replayability to the game, you can take out dream types and replace them with more difficult dream types just to change the game up a little bit. The product quality of the game was wonderful as well. It's a nice, thick, sturdy box. The cards and I think the box have linen finish on them, and the tokens were nice and thick, so everything just kind of worked really well, and I know it's going to hold up for a long time. So I was very pleased to see the quality of the game. If you think you would enjoy playing Project Dreamscape as well, there's more information about the game as well as where you can find the game to add it to your collection down below. If you like this video, please feel free to leave a comment or subscribe. And if you want the Indie Game Report to check out your game, you can check out our website down below. Thanks for watching. I'm Cassie on TIGR Reviews, signing out with Project Dreamscape from Undine Studios.